Have you ever asked yourself the question, why is she judging me? I did absolutely nothing to her. She's giving me a weird look. Oh my word, she's definitely giving me a weird look. This girl definitely thinks I'm this. This girl definitely is looking at my pimple and thinking I'm ugly. Oh my word, she's mean. She's really mean. This is why pretty people are mean. This is why pretty people always think that they are better than you. I'm sitting in a hotel room right now. It's pretty nice. I enjoy it. I'm going to tell you a story. When I was in high school, about to graduate, a girl walked up to me and my friend and said, "You guys look so beautiful. You guys look so, so beautiful today." And I remember thinking, you look so beautiful too. So I told her, and I was really excited. So I came off in my bubbly, giggly self, and I was like, "Oh my word, stop. Like, you look so pretty too." Like, ah, oh my God. Like, you know, just my natural personality. And she looked at me and she was like, "No, I don't. I'm not nearly as pretty as you. Don't even say that." And I could tell right then that she thought that what I said it just because I felt obligated to. I didn't mean it. And that's such a numbing feeling, a sinking feeling for both people involved. I think that's something people don't realize. And that wasn't the only time that's happened. It actually became a very common occurrence that I've experienced throughout high school and after high school. I've been in classes and a group of girls are telling me I'm pretty and I'm like, "Oh, you guys are beautiful." And then they all just give me this look like, did she really just say that? And that sounds so egotistical and so cocky of me to say that. I know what you're thinking. Or do I? It's an interesting little paradoxal complexity of life. I probably don't know what you're thinking, but sometimes I feel as if I do. I eventually have gotten to the point where I don't really comment on people's looks. I don't. I accept compliments, which is actually really weird and hard for me to accept because I've gotten complimented on my looks a lot, but it's come with this uncomfortable feeling when people compliment me. And so I don't like it. And all people have ever complimented me on my entire life is my physical appearance. And at first as a kid, I was always like, "Oh my God, thank you." Like, I was so happy and I just thought it was so genuine. And then those people would go around and talk complete crap about my character. And I heavily believe it has something to do with how I looked. That's not me trying to be egotistical and cocky. I truly believe this is something multiple people out there have experienced. There's been so much pressure for me to have, like, be the pretty girl. I remember at a Christmas party one time, I was at my dad and stepmom's, and they just wanted to take pictures of me. They cut out my brothers, and they just wanted pictures of me. And everything, it was about me, and it's weird. Everyone has always been so hyper-fixated on my looks. It's weird. I know, like, you're like, "Why are you complaining?" Like, blah, 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 blah. But when you're growing up and people are already asking you what you're eating, what your workout you're doing. When I remember in high school, you know, when YOLO was a big thing and you'd do these private messages, people would write, "You're my thinspo," when I had like a really bad eating disorder. And yeah, long story short, compliments I've not had a great experience with, or they're backhanded, there's some underlying tones. And then, yeah, you know, I'm just so used to the looks thing. When people actually compliment me on something positive besides my looks, it's like this mind-shattering moment for me. Because it's rare. It's so rare. The people who are closer in my life, they'll never compliment me because my dad especially, he used to always be like, if you compliment her, her ego's gonna get just too fat. Like, you can't say anything good. Like, everyone thought that I just had this huge ego. I was just so confident. I also have this memory of someone who was my genuine friend in high school, which was so rare. But this girl, she's incredible. Such an incredible heart. I hope she's doing really good. But anyways, it was, I think, 8th grade. And she came up to me and she was like, yeah, so-and-so, I'll call her Sally. Yeah, Sally came up to me and was like, does Bethany know how pretty she is? Because she acts like she doesn't know. Is she doing that to get attention? And I told her, I was like, no, Bethany actually, her self-esteem is complete shit. And I remember being so warmed by that, because someone who didn't see me as, oh my word, attention whore, oh my word, she obviously, like, she's just thinks she's so great, blah, 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 blah. Like, all this shit that comes with being pretty, the things that people just naturally will assume to you about you. People are so much more harsh when you're pretty. And I was a kid, dude. I was a fucking kid. And I was just so warmed that she stood up for me and said that. But then it was also like this really shocking moment. It didn't click fully in my brain at the time. I was like, because I genuinely did not see it. I did not see it at all. If I'm being honest, sometimes I feel like I still don't see it. But anyways, I was so confused at why I got treated differently. You guys have no idea how frustrating this is for me to talk about, because I just want to give my past self a hug. So badly. Dude, I was such an innocent, naive puppy dog who genuinely just wanted to give to others and be nice to others and be everyone's friend. And people could very easily lie to my face and manipulate me. And I'd be like, okay, cool. So funny. Like, I was I was completely clueless. I was so clueless. And the fact that there were people who were genuinely so concerned with my life, they were having that conversation, blew my mind. Blew my mind. I didn't know people really talked about me like that. It was crazy. Like, I really do have compassion for my old self. She got trampled on and people gave her a hard time, made fast assumptions about her, thus is life. But man, they didn't realize it. But at the time, that was my villain origin story. I got distracted, but moral of the story. So when in reality, my self-esteem was complete below the ground. A few compliments would have been really nice, actually. But instead, it was just obsession and negative pressure. And I wasn't allowed to feel good about myself if I showed any sign of confidence whatsoever. Oh my God, you just think you're so cool, huh? You just think you're so great. Well, you're not. You're really not that special. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And so people in my day-to-day life, I think they just assume that I get complimented so much that they don't want to make me any more selfish. But then I can say one thing I'm very grateful for, because, you know, as above, so below. I get complimented by strangers the most. And I love that. I love that so much. I love strangers. I will always love strangers because there's no attachment there. And I love that. They can just be completely honest. And they'll never see me again. So why the fuck do they care? They don't. There's nothing more that I love than just having a conversation with a stranger and then being that, like, looking in my eyes and being like, you're so beautiful. Especially after having a conversation with them. Because I feel as if they are saying it to my soul. Like, you're beautiful and you just shine through your soul, man. I can tell they're so genuine because they have nothing to lose. Especially older women. Oh my God, there is nothing better than getting a compliment from an older woman. It literally makes my whole lifetime. Sometimes I give out compliments. I don't know if they believe me or not, or if they just think it's another superficial. I can't tell you the amount of times, because I'm someone who, I enjoy positivity. Like, there is so much negativity in this world. Why would I want to contribute to it? There are so many people telling you, you're too short, you're too tall, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too old, you're too young, you're smart, you're not smart, you're dumb, you're stupid, you're crazy. Why can't you just calm down? Why can't you just be more like this? Fit inside the lines, do this, do that. You will never be good enough. You get that every second of every day that you walk outside and go into the world. I know that. I've experienced that. I have had situations where I'm out in public minding my own business and I'll just be laughing at a joke I saw or doing something stupid that's completely just so me, which isn't even stupid. It's just me. And I don't think I'm stupid at all. And I will hear someone laughing about me. I will hear someone say, look at that girl. Look at this girl. You can't exist without judgment, everyone is just self-comparison, and no one really sees the beauty in people anymore. Just people. Not the people who you think of when I say beautiful. Just people. Every single person that goes throughout life in their own way, throughout their own day. All the pain, all the sorrows. It's so normal. It's so human. And everyone experiences it in their own way. And we really create this division between people, thinking that this person must be happier because they have XYZ. This person's life must be easier because they have money, or they're pretty, or they have a shiny personality, they're extroverted, they're nice to others. If they're nice to others, they must obviously be having the best life, because why would I be nice to someone when my life sucks? And if my life sucks, then I should make everyone else's lives around me suck. And I don't care how other people perceive me, and yada, yada, yada. But why are people so mean to me? I don't understand. Oh my God. There's just so much of that. So I've always been the type of person who, when I'm around other people, I just naturally want to flip the situation. Because as above, so below. And our brains are programmed to naturally be more pessimistic. I forgot the exact reasoning behind it. I wrote about it one time. I know it, I understand it, but I can't explain it all scientifically. From birth, there's a reason why our brains are survival mode, I think, because we evolved, or not even, I don't want to say the word evolved because people have a lot of stigma associated with that word. But we originated from travelers who had to survive off the land, and they had to think of every single danger, every single possibility. So we're just always programmed to be anxious, cautious, especially when you're born in a burning house. Those instincts are amplified from our way back then genetic coding all the way to the present day, your experience, your life that you were raised. Just everything gets amplified and turned up inside your head, and it makes it hard to live. They don't really tell you how hard it is to live. Life is so hard, man. Life is not always hard. Life can be easy. Life is easy, but it's hard. This is such a mind-blowing realization for me. You guys don't even understand. I'm sitting here basically having a whole ass trip in my head thinking about the deep complexities of the words I'm saying. Like, it's so crazy. It's so intense. And I wish I could just share my brain with people. I wish I could just touch someone and like transmute all of my energy into them, and to have all their energy transmuted into me, and just have this instant understanding of our souls. And I know like that's possible on Earth, but energy, man, it's crazy. I think what I'm trying to say, actually, I'm going to give you another point. When I was in high school, my favorite class I ever took was photography. Absolutely loved the teacher. Absolutely loved the class. I loved everything about that. And there was one photographer, I forgot who it was, but they just went through and took pictures of people, just people. And you see a mosaic of all these different individuals from all sorts of ethnicities, all sorts of backgrounds, all sorts of locations, just going about their life. And you have no idea what just happened. They may have just signed for divorce. They may have just lost a child. They may have just gotten the best job promotion they ever had. They may have just had their dream career come true. They may have just inherited millions of dollars, or their cat died, or they just graduated high school. The list is endless. Take a look around you. I wish, oh no, the AC is turning on, but I wish, my intent is for the world to see people a little bit more in the way that I see people. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm such a mess, but maybe that's what makes it so much more beautiful, is I genuinely find appreciation and beauty in everyone, even in those who give me judgmental glances when I say a certain thing, and I know for a fact that it was directed towards me, because sometimes you do just know. But I get it, man. I get it. And the hurt that they must be feeling, whatever they're going through, I don't know. I don't know the full story. You don't know the full story of anyone. I heard one time someone say that, now, listen, you don't have to believe in this. I'm not asking you to. But just for a moment, imagine this as a nice story. Something that you can remember anytime you feel bad about yourself. Before humans come to Earth, their souls go through this huge, what type of life do I want to experience? Where do I want to go in this life? Do I want to experience what it's like to be a construction worker? To go through that life and all the people I'll meet, all the lessons I'll learn, the freedom of just being me and, I don't know, singing country after work while drinking a beer and being with family? Do I want to be a teacher and teach people all the wisdom I've gained and help shape their future career and yada, yada, yada? All these beautiful, 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 so beautiful human lives. And they took a look at the body that they will have, at the person that they will have, and it doesn't matter what they look like. None of it. They could be in a wheelchair. They could be blind. They could have knotted up hair or no hair at all, or hair in all the stereotypically wrong places. And they look at that and they go, that avatar is so beautiful. That physical flesh is just one big pile of beautiful, human, nasty mess flesh. And I love it. And I love that person. And I want to be that person. I want to experience that person. Because that person is so unique. And then you get to Earth. And you forget about all of it. You forget about all of it. You go through societal conditioning. And you're trained what to believe is attractive. What's not attractive. I may be attractive by American standards. But I go to another part of the world. And I'm the ugliest bitch there. Does that take away from the beauty that I have? No, it doesn't. It's just a matter of perception and what you find beautiful. What if you just, loved yourself and didn't take everything that people said so personally, didn't care so much about what other people think? And I know, that's easier said than done, Bethany. I know. I fucking know. When you are secure within yourself and you are able to see the world more clearly and you stop over obsessing about what other people are thinking about you, It's a very fascinating experience because you start to see the world differently. You start to see people differently. Every interaction, every experience that you have is just different. And you realize, maybe this person wasn't judging me as much as I thought that they were judging me. And it unlocks this door to create a deeper connection with another human that your ego would have gotten in the way of before. Word, Bethany, that was some heavy shit. I'm trying to soak in my knowledge right now. Thank you, universe. That was such a beautiful little way of putting that. Oh, I make myself quiver. Wow. I'm very impressed and amazed that I have gotten to this point that I am at today. And life is so exciting. Life is so full of possibilities. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow. What is happening in your life right now? It's not the end. It is the present. If you still have a beating heart, if you are still waking up the next day, that's a day to do it all over again, man. Do something different. Have adventure. Go out there. Take risks. Risk your life, because what point is living life if you're not actually living, you're just surviving? Live. Oh, but I can't do this because of this job and this money and this relationship and my family. And everyone, I truly believe, chooses the life that they have. Whether that triggers the fuck out of some people or they realize it or not. Because you are limited to what you believe in. You can only do as much as you believe in. If you believe something is impossible, if you believe there is no way out, if you believe that is your life, that is how it will always be. We don't even realize we're digging our own grave, our own prison cell catered perfectly to us, because it's our mind, and no one knows us as well as we know ourselves. All those opportunities you could have taken, but you were afraid. All those passions you had, but you quit because you just didn't feel like you were good enough. Who cares? Do it because you just feel good when you do it. That's the point. But we tell ourselves all these lies, and we create our own prison of shame and guilt to just exist. And then we settle for the bare minimum because we don't think we deserve better. You really have to break out of the boxes of your mind. If I heard a girl say, her name is the energy reader. Dude, I understand her language. She makes so much sense to me. It's so creepy, but awesome. Love the universe. If your beliefs don't bring you peace, it's time to question your beliefs. If you really wanted that genuine, loving relationship, you would have it. Because you would set your standards and you would not settle for anything less. But it's deeper than that. You have to actually be open to receiving that type of love and not running away and not fucking it up. Come on now. Easier said than done, isn't it? It's so complicated, but a lot of people, they think that's what they want. But if it were to be handed right in front of them, it's like your brain just lags and it's like, oh, hell nah. But that's why you gotta, so, you may say you want it, but you don't actually want it. But that's why you gotta release attachment. Everyone I've noticed is searching for that one person. And that's never gonna happen. I'm so against marriage. And I'm so against this societal belief construct of one person. That love is so abundant. There is so many ways you can love people in this world. So many different types of connections you have. Love has no bounds whatsoever. I can't see myself with one person for the rest of my life, if I'm being completely honest. I used to think that's what I wanted, but the older I get, the more research I do, the more I understand. I think it would be very cool to have someone who reflected me perfectly and I was able to grow with them simultaneously the rest of my life. But I feel as if I was with one person, I'd just always be trapped. There would always be this little rift of unhappiness because I'm not free. I don't want to be with someone under any obligation. We don't have to have any titles or anything. I want to show up every day and know that I chose to be there. And I want to know that you choose to show up with me every day. Every time that we are together, it is a choice and we choose to be around each other. I grow too quickly, I've noticed. I outgrow people very quickly. People come and go in my life all the time. They serve a purpose. I love our time together, but I eventually grow up. And then I meet new people who meet me at that level of where I'm at in my life at that point. It's this continuous cycle. But I've never regretted loving someone. I've never regretted just giving my full heart to everyone. Because even in the end, even when it's over, whether it's a couple months or years, I would do it all over again, because how beautiful is it to have something so precious, it hurts when it's gone. I don't know, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I cherish every single relationship, every single situationship, every single person who has come into my life, because they have all reflected different parts of me that no one else could have ever reflected back to me except for that person. Everyone is just so unique. If you really wanted that career, you would set your standards and you would not settle for anything less. I mean, obviously you'll probably have to settle for less until eventually you get it. But, as long as you are taking one step at a day, I truly believe the universe has a way of creating magic. And what you desire desires you. And every single time you take a step forward, a step of faith, you are telling the universe, yes, I deserve this. I believe I am capable of having this. And I'm just going to keep taking every step until it happens. And then in the most unconventional ways, the universe just has a way of transporting you to exactly where you need to be. So if you're not where you want to be in life, if you're not living your dream life, you don't want it, because you don't believe you deserve it. Deep, 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 deep down, you don't think you are capable. You don't think you are worthy. You don't think it's possible. Why not? And people will give you all these excuses. Oh, well, I grew up here, or I used to be this, I did this. It's not capable. I'm not capable. For someone like me, it's not possible. I'm here to tell you that it is. If it weren't possible, no one would have done it before. But I'm going to tell you right now, someone's probably freaking done it before. No, have you heard some of the successful people's backgrounds? It's a horror show. It may have sounded like I said horror show. The question is, what do they know that you don't? What are they believing in that you don't see? Knowledge is everything. Just think about it. Just think about it. Just meditate. Just meditate, homie.